there, Bulldog fans. I'm your host, Mark Minner, and welcome into the Bulldog Blitz. Ahead in today's show, a look at the disappointing weekend for the men's team while the women continue to roll on. Also, we'll profile one of the women's swimmers as she gears up for the league championship. And our panel is back to talk a little hoops. But first, Butler fans are still recovering from the loss to Loyola on Sunday afternoon. The Bulldogs came in ranked 15th in the nation. They were up against a team who was coming off a 26-point loss to Valpo on Friday and had just 4 wins in league play. A win over Loyola would give the Dogs a share of the regular season title, but it just wasn't meant to be. Midway through the first, the Ramblers went on an 11-0 run and shot 47% from the field in the first half. The Bulldogs' biggest problem were free throws, missing 7 in a row. They finished the first half only making 30% from the charity stripe. In the second half, Matt Howard stepped up big time for the Bulldogs, scoring 21 of his game-high 30 with 9 boards and 3 blocks. The Dogs rallied late and closed it to within 3 on this three-pointer by Willie Veasley. But a couple bad offensive possessions by Butler, and Loyola rambled on to their 5th league victory, while Butler picked up its 3rd loss on the season.
You know, everything I love about basketball happened tonight. It just didn't happen on our side. Loyola played terrific basketball. They made shots. They had guys step up and make huge plays on the road. They answered every call, and they started out of the gates a lot better than we did, and that was the difference in the game.
This past weekend, the women's basketball team headed up to Chicago for a pair of games against UIC and Loyola. Beth Couture got her 100th victory as head coach of the Bulldogs against the Flames as Brittany Bowen hit a career-high 5 threes. Susan Lester and Melanie Thornton also had double-doubles as they cruised to a 68-49 win. Then on Sunday, they took the short 4-mile trip to Loyola where Susan Lester and Brittany Bowen both had 18 points. It was a tough-fought game with 8 lead changes, but the Bulldogs battled back and won 71-63, improving to 11-2 in league play. Earlier this week, junior Susan Lester was named the Horizon League Player of the Week for her great play on the road trip for the Dogs. Susan averaged 19 points per game and 10 boards in Chicago. After coming off the bench for most of the season, Lester stepped up big lately and leads the team in scoring during league play. This is her 2nd Player of the Week honor this year. It's always tough to manage your time here at Butler when you're a Division I athlete, but for sophomore forward Matt Howard, he's found a way to do it. Matt was one of 5 players named to the ESPN The Magazine Co-SIDA Academic All-District 5 team. This means that he, along with 34 other players from across the country, will be considered for academic All-American recognition. Howard has also won the Horizon League Scholar Athlete of the Week 3 times this year and was named League Scholar Athlete of the Month for January. After Friday night's game, Matt shared his secret to success.
Well, Coach does a really good job of not overworking us. I think one thing he talks about is us being fresh, and he does a good job of not, making practice long for no reason. So, I have, a pretty good amount of time to work on that, and it's always been important to my family, and they've taught that to me that academics are important, and it is important to me, and I want to do my best.
On June 7th, 6 former Butler athletes will be inducted into the 19th class of the Butler Athletic Hall of Fame. During halftime of Sunday's game, there was a ceremony on the court to recognize each of the new honorees. Harry Muta, Lori Adams-Mosley, Arnold Mickens, John Newhauser, Joy Aschenbrenner Sweeney, and Sarah Schutz made up the class of 2009. Senior Sarah Lynn Gates finished her collegiate swimming career with a win in the 200 IM against Valparaiso and IUPUI on February 8th. For more on Sarah, here's Blitz's Leslie Gardner.
In her final meet of the season, Butler Swimmers Sarah Lynn Gates finished 1st in the 200 individual medley, 2nd in the 50 backstroke, and 3rd in the 50 freestyle, finishing her season with a bang. Sarah Lynn talked about how she felt after the meet.
That was a really emotional day for me because it was one of my last swim meets ever. I don't really count conference. It's not like a dual meet. And that last race, it hurt a lot, but I was really happy to end it with a win.
Girls swimming coach Marie Stewart explains what makes Gates a good swimmer.
She has been primarily our best backstroker and IMer for the last 4 years, and is also very versatile in some of the other events that she does, from the sprint to middle distance freestyle to the longer IM events. to even being a contributor on all of our relays, both medley and free.
Coach Stewart says that Gates' place on the team will be tough shoes to fill. Gates and the rest of the team are now taking it easy to prepare for the Horizon League Championship on the 25th of February. Gates says their hard training is over and now it's time for more of a mental preparation. I'm Leslie Gardner, reporting for the Bulldog Blitz.
When we come back, our panel will join me in studio to talk about how both the men's and women's basketball teams fared this weekend. Stay right here on the Bulldog Blitz.